Reading binary file and looping over each byte. In Python, how do I read in a binary file and loop over each byte of that file?
Python is greater than or equal to 3.8. Thanks to the walrus operator, column equals, the solution is quite short. We read bytes objects from the file and assign them to the variable byte. Python is greater than or equal to 3. In older Python 3 versions, we could have to use a slightly more verbose way. Or as Ben Hoyt says, skip the not equal and take advantage of the fact that b evaluates to false. This makes the code compatible between 2.6 and 3.x without any changes. It would also save you from changing the condition if you go from byte mode to text or the reverse. Python is greater than or equal to 2.5. In Python 2, it's a bit different. Here we don't get bytes objects, but raw characters. Note that the with statement is not available on versions of Python below 2.5. To use it in v2.5 you'll need to import it. In 2.6 this is not needed. Python 2.4 and earlier.
This generator yields bytes from a file, reading the file in chunks. See the Python documentation for information on iterators and generators.
If the file is not too big that holding it in memory is a problem, where process_byte represents some operation you want to perform on the passed in byte. If you want to process a chunk at a time, the with statement is available in Python 2.5 and greater.
Reading binary file in Python and looping over each byte. New in Python 3.5 is the pathlib module, which has a convenience method specifically to read in a file as bytes, allowing us to iterate over the bytes. I consider this a decent, if quick and dirty, answer. Interesting that this is the only answer to mention pathlib. In Python 2, you probably would do this, as Vinay Sajib also suggests. In the case that the file may be too large to iterate over in memory, you would chunk it, idiomatically, using the iter function with the callable Sentinel signature, the Python 2 version. Several other answers mention this, but few offer a sensible read size. Best practice for large files or buffered/interactive reading. Let's create a function to do this, including idiomatic uses of the standard library for Python 3.5+. Note that we use file.read1. File.read blocks until it gets all the bytes requested of it, or EOF. File.read1 allows us to avoid blocking, and it can return more quickly because of this. No other answers mention this as well. Demonstration of best practice usage. Let's make a file with a megabyte, actually megabyte, of pseudo-random data. Now let's iterate over it and materialize it in memory. We can inspect any part of the data, for example, the last 100 and first 100 bytes. Don't iterate by lines for binary files. Don't do the following. This pulls a chunk of arbitrary size until it gets to a new line character, too slow when the chunks are too small, and possibly too large as well. The above is only good for what are semantically human-readable text files, like plain text, code, markup, markdown, etc. Essentially anything ASCII, UTF, Latin, etc. encoded, that you should open without the B flag.
If you are disabled, you don't need to suffer.